This is a KOIN 6 News breaking news update.
Tonight at 5, another discovery in one of Oregon's great mysteries. It is 5 o'clock. I'm Elizabeth Din.
I'm Jeff Gianola. It's a case that I've documented and reported on for the last 30 years. What happened to the Martin family? Ken, Barbara, along with their 3 daughters, disappeared in December of 1958 while taking a drive up the gorge. Earlier this year, a diver discovered the Martin vehicles submerged at Cascade Locks. But now, he has recovered remains and artifacts from that vehicle. And I was out there early this morning to bring you the latest on this case. Diver Archer Mayo is getting ready to make his last dive, recovering remains from the Martin vehicle submerged on the bottom of Cascade Locks. 40 minutes later, I was there as he showed me what he recovered this morning.
And then these are seatbelts. So here there's 2 of these. So the seatbelts were aftermarket. And so people would have bought them at Sears or Montgomery Ward's and put them in their car because the cars didn't have them. And so these are the 2 of the buckles that were from the back seat. And then the dome light of the car, and then just a broken window crank.
Mayo also recovered a pair of shoes, believed to be the shoes Barbara Martin was wearing. The rubber soles intact, but the canvas and other material had long disintegrated. But perhaps the most important artifact recovered last week was a camera case owned by Ken Martin.
Yeah, that was the big one. I mean, because Ken was famous for always having 2 cameras with him. And this camera was just right on the entrance where I go into the car. It had rolled off to the side.
But there were more than artifacts. Mayo has been recovering human remains, bones of at least 2 people, possibly a 3rd. This afternoon, he handed over his last finds of human remains to a Hood River Sheriff's deputy. It's been a dangerous and tough job.
It's tough. Yeah, it is. And I wasn't sure. I knew that I might have to do that, but you just don't know, well, what is it going to be like? What are the, because I'm digging, everything's inside a big mound of wood and mud and everything. So I'm kind of pulling things out and having to feel the shape of bones because there's a lot of wood that's very similar.
Back in March, after Mayo discovered the vehicle, an attempt to bring the entire car to the surface failed, with only part of the undercarriage coming to the surface. Mayo was determined to go back under the water and bring closure to the mystery and the Martins themselves.
Well, at first it was a mystery. And first it was something, I had solved other mysteries in the river. I love doing that. And then once I actually touched the car, I realized like I was the kind of inheritor of this truth that these people, and that really became very personal. And then when I saw how the police recovery effort went, and I knew it wasn't done, and I knew it was doable.
This was an extremely dangerous dive going down there day after day, not only to discover the car, but now to bring up the remains and the artifacts. And tomorrow, starting tomorrow, Mayo is going to go back down there with gravel and make sure that no one dives on that car again. The recovery effort is over to get artifacts and remains, and those remains, once again, now in the hands of the state medical examiner. The forensic experts will go over that. Why did the Martins drive in there? There's some theories about foul play, but Mayo has always maintained that they accidentally drove into the locks. We don't know why, but maybe that's why. Maybe foul play is involved. We may never know, but an important part of the mystery solved. That's the Martins' car. This appears to be the Martins' remains, especially that camera case with Ken Martin's name and address on it.
Yeah, that's huge. You've talked with Archer, the diver, for many years about this, and you've seen how dedicated he has been to unearthing much more in this case because he's really stayed on top of it. It's been important to him. It's
been an obsession with him. He saw my report on the Martins in 2018. There was one I did 10 years before that, but he saw the one in 2018. And after that, he said that inspired him to go down and look. He was certain it was at Cascade Locks, and he was right. A lot of credit has to go to Archer Mayo.
And you've been following this for so long. I'm sure it gives you a sense of closure, too, to kind of see this unfold.
It really does. And Archer's talking about December 7th. That's when the Martins disappeared in 1958. It was a Sunday. It's going to be a Sunday this year.
Wow.
And he's talking about maybe we'll get together for, I don't know, like a little memorial out there at Cascade Locks. And so he's working on that, and I told him I'll certainly be there if that's the case.
Always remembering the Martin family for sure.
Yeah.
Jeff, thanks for that huge update.